My name is Eddie Edson, and my company's name is Thrive Cycling 3X 365. And the reason that it's called that is that there's 3 wheels, 365 days a year. Okay, are you done? Let's go. I discovered recumbent trikes because I have a really hard time
Good girl.
riding a regular bike. My neck, I can't do it. I can't go more than 5 miles. But I started looking at recumbent trikes because they were really much more friendly. They take the weight off your body, you're more comfortable, you're sitting down, you get to look around a lot more. And I decided that why aren't these more available for people who need them? You know, people that have spasticity or have had strokes, or, you know, how available are they? So I started doing my research and looking at different things that were available. Wheelchairs, motorized wheelchairs. There's not a lot, there's walkers, there's not a lot of things that are fun. If they could get away from the walker, if they could get away from the wheelchair and be in something that was helping them and giving them their exercise, but it didn't look like they were out there doing their physical therapy, they would be happier. It's my thought process. I did an internship at a neurologic rehabilitation center in Phoenix, and where people are recovering from strokes or working through Parkinson's or ataxia. And I was able to help those people get on the trikes. They were excited about getting on it. And as soon as they got on it, they got this smile on their face. I mean, it's amazing what it does. It's like, you mean I can have this instead of a wheelchair? Are you kidding? There's no choice. So it gets really entertaining from there. And that's, I mean, that just gives me shivers every time I talk about it, because people get on these things that don't think they can walk around the block. They can't be mobile from here to the car, but they can get on a trike and ride 20 miles. That's pretty cool. So I took the concept of the arms from a wheelchair and kind of adapted that toward the trikes so that anybody would be able to get on and off it. So you start with aircraft grade aluminum tubing. So tubing is hollow, and it comes in different lengths, and you have to cut it to certain lengths, and depending on which trike it's for, it's a different length. There's the bending, the cutting, the bending, then you have to drill them so when they're hung up for painting, they have something to hang them by. I mean, a lot of these little tricks you don't know about until you actually start making them. A lot of research is done using exercise machines, but they never take people outside. It's like, well, does it make sense to take them outside with it? I mean, we have this big, beautiful outdoors, and people are going to be feeling, in my mind, much more freedom, and then they feel like they have more control. Instead of doing physical therapy in a room with, 12 other people that are all struggling just like you are, it's much more fun to go outside and you feel like a little bit of normalcy. It all gets back to that freedom and that smile that happens to people when you introduce them to something new. People ask me if I'm retired, and I think it's really funny because I have gray hair. They think I'm retired. But they don't understand that this is a passion. I mean, when you have a passion for something, at no matter what age, you go for it and you do it. Don't tell me what I can't do, I think is part of it. But it's also, you have passion for something and you want to keep going and you want to see it succeed, but I also know that I'm helping people. I ran across 2 people that were riding the same trikes that I am, and these were 2 people that considered themselves shut-ins. These 2 people were told they'd never walk, they'd never talk again, they were going to be in wheelchairs the rest of their lives. And these 2 people last summer rode 5,200 miles across the United States. One had had a stroke 9 years ago, and the other one had traumatic brain injury. They are very active, and they said these trikes gave them back their freedom.